Hi everyone, and thanks for joining our TMC live session for the Manchester College. I'm shortly going to pass you over to Chris Blackburn, who's going to be providing you with lots of information about the sport courses here. So if you have any questions at any point, you can ask them in the live Q&A box, which is on the right of the screen, and we will answer as many as we can at the end. I'll now pass you over to Chris to get this session started. So over to you, Chris.
Thank you very much. So good evening. Welcome to our sort of new socially distanced open evening at the Manchester College. This is my first time doing one of these in this sort of manner, so you'll have to bear with us if it's our first occasion. So what we're going to try and do this evening is run you through all the different type of courses that we offer here at Manchester College in the sports department, and hopefully at the end you'll have a bit of an idea of the flavour of the college, the types of courses that we offer, and hopefully there's something there that kind of grips your fancy in terms of what you'd like to study in the future. So first of all, welcome to the college. We are aiming to be a centre of excellence for sport. And as of our new 2021 vision, we're going to have a campus solely based around sport over in our Openshaw campus, which is going to focus, I'll talk more about it later on in the presentation, but it's going to have a lot of our up-to-date facilities in terms of our AstroTurfs, strength and conditioning facilities, physiology labs, state-of-the-art classrooms, and we've got some slides around those to talk to you about in a moment once we get going. So just some brief contact details to begin with. We've got the Sport and Public Service Department, contact details. The details on the screen here are for our head of department, Hayley Francis, who's kindly offered her contact details as a point of reference. If you wish to further follow up with any further questions, you might wish to email her or give her a call, but she's available on the number 0161 674 4812 and at the email hfrancis@tmc.ac.uk, and she should be available to answer any questions that you have about anything that comes up this evening. Okay. So first of all, I did mention previously about this Centre of Excellence. So the slide you've got showing at the moment is something that we're being put out to all the different presentations across all the departments in relation to our open evenings. And in relation to sport, I'll kind of cut to the chase with the sport department. We've been working over the last few years to create what we believe will be a real centre of excellence in Manchester for sports provision. And with a vision of our new campus being developed in Openshaw, which is where you'll be studying when you come to us in September 2021. We're going to have a range of facilities that are going to really put us up there with any high performance centre across the Northwest in terms of facilities. We really think that that'll set us apart in terms of our offer and what we can offer you during your time here at the Manchester College. Okay, so what kind of sport? Sorry, I've just clicked on the slide too far, bear with me. So what kind of sport programmes do we offer? So we offer a range of courses from level 1 to 3. First programme we offer is our level 1 BTEC in sport, and this is usually an introductory step into the sport world, and I'll talk about some entry requirements for this on the next slide. But the level 1 BTEC sport programme just really gives you a good grounding in what's expected in the industry, and you'll learn a range of basic coaching skills and sports skills and practical sports, and you'll begin to look at some basic theory surrounding sport as well. Now at level 2, that's where we have a large proportion of our offer for students. So for school leavers, we have a variety of options at level 2, and these include our level 2 MVQ in football, coaching and leadership, our level 2 MVQ in sport and activity leadership, and our level 2 NCFE in sport and active leisure. Now, these are quite different courses. Our MVQ courses are aimed at their vocational qualifications that provide you some recognition and certification to be able to go and work in the industry and gain employment. And they're split into two main categories. One is mainly football focused, and as you can see, it's focusing on football coaching and leadership. And this is a portfolio-based qualification, so no exams, so it's coursework. And you're assessed on your practical competence and your ability to deliver, lead and coach football sessions. The next course we have at level 2 is an MVQ in sport and activity leadership, which focuses on a variety of sports, not just football, and gives you that real grounding as a coach for someone to go and work in the industry and be able to start providing coaching at level 2 in a range of different sports. And it'll teach you the fundamentals about coaching, about planning sessions, about health and safety, about identifying individual needs and helping people progress. So they're really, really key qualifications if you're setting yourself a target to maybe go and work in the sports industry as soon as possible and be employable. The next course we have is our level 2 NCFE in sport and active leisure. Now, this is kind of a step up from our level 1 BTEC sport programme. No exams again, and it's coursework based. And this focuses on a range of sports subjects that I'll come to later in a couple of my slides. And again, builds on a lot of the information that students learn at level 1, and provides them information around fitness training, nutrition, coaching, lifestyle, and a range of other units and key subjects that come up within sport. We then move on to our level 3 program, which again is quite diverse, and we have 3 different offers at level 3, and these really are very specific to your needs and the area that you want to go in and work in. So our first one is our level 3 NCFE diploma in sports coaching, development and fitness. Now again, this is almost like a step up from our level 2 program, but the academic rigor increases. It's more difficult. It's coursework based as previous, and it really focuses on subjects relating to personal training, sports coaching, fitness, and really would give you a good step perhaps if you wanted to go into the world of personal training or being a fitness instructor. Now the next 2 we have specialise even more. So we have the level 3 NCFE diploma in sports science, and it's a football scholarship. Now we're linked with professional clubs, and this is a real whole encompassing program where you spend a large portion of your time studying and a significantly large portion of your time training and playing. So it really is looked at as a full-time program here. You'll be very busy on that course. And that's for people who are very, very interested to go on and possibly try and pursue a professional career within football. Finally, we have our level 3 BTEC diploma, an extended diploma in sport and exercise science. Now we've just moved to a new curriculum with this program, and this does have some examined-based units. You study for 2 years on this program, and it's equivalent to 3 A levels. Typically, the route from here, most students studying the level 3 diploma in BTEC and extended diploma in sports science tend to go on to university, or at least they're looking for higher education courses. And the kind of careers they go on to there are really quite broad. They can be all sorts from physiotherapist to PE teacher to working in sports physiology, sports psychology. I even have many students that seem to want to go and do sports journalism as well. So it's quite a broad subject, that really. And if you were to come and study sports science with us, you'd be covering a lot of different content. So entry requirements. Oh, clicked on too much. So entry requirements, our level 1 course, this is our foundation level learning course, and we take students here with a range of GCSEs that go from level 1 to level 9, but usually most students that come to us here haven't quite got 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or above. That's the next tier in qualifications that we're looking for. So usually a range of GCSEs at those levels. No necessary requirements for maths or English to be passed at grade 4 or above. Now, our next one, our level 2 programs, these operate in a similar manner and have minimum entry requirements. So the minimum here, we've got 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or above, including maths or English. So you might be at a stage now where you've got predicted grades from your tutor at school or your teachers at school, and you should be able to have a good idea really of where you think you're going to fall, whether or not you would be a level 1 student or maybe a level 2 student as well. Our level 3 programs, these move up another tier as well. So for example, if we're looking at our level 3 BTEC diploma in sport and exercise science, we're looking here for a minimum of 5 GCSEs at grade 4 or above, including maths or English. So you must have at least one of those, maths or English. And that's very similar to the sort of 5A to C rule that was in a few years ago. Now, when you do come into the college at 16 to 19, if you've not got a grade 4 at maths or English, it is a requirement that you do a resit. And this is the same across every college, wherever you're studying, whichever further education provider or sixth form college you go to. If you come to us with under a grade 4, you'll be assessed and you'll be placed on either a GCSE in maths or English or a functional skill in maths or English. So if you've managed to get a grade 3 and probably just missed out on a grade 4 at maths or English, then you'll do a GCSE resit, and it'll be in a similar fashion to the GCSE that you've studied while you're at school. Alternatively, if you've got below a grade 3, then we can put you on either a level 1 functional skill in maths or English or a level 2 functional skill in maths or English. And these programs allow you to develop and build your knowledge in those areas and become employable and give you those extra qualifications that you need when perhaps you want to go on and progress your education, potentially to university. Okay, so some of the units that we study, this is probably more interesting then. So all the subjects that we study in sport, whether it's level 1, level 2, level 3, there are some generic units which crop up across all of the programs. The only thing that seems to differ really is the depth at which you delve into some of these units. So we have anatomy and physiology. So you're looking at the body, how the body functions, and body chemistry and energy systems. We look at sports nutrition, which is a huge growing area and lots of careers emerging in sports nutrition, where you look at diets, appropriate foods for performance, appropriate foods for exercise, and how the body utilises those nutrients. Sports psychology. Sports psychology this year has turned into applied psychology. So you learn psychological theories, you look at case studies of individuals, and you try and determine appropriate psychological interventions to help develop a person's psychological mindset, whether they're suffering with motivation issues or arousal problems or stress problems. Could be a whole host of different issues, but the sports psychology unit focuses on that. The next one's fitness testing for sport, and this crops up again from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, and it's a key part of the curriculum in all of our programs. If you go on to work in professional sport, fitness testing will become a regular piece of your training, and it's a good tool that coaches and athletes use to gauge performance. Now, at no point are we asking at the Manchester College that you come to us as a Usain Bolt or a superstar athlete, but you are coming to us at point A in your career and your journey in your life. And our aim is to try and get you to point B, to help you improve, to get you to the position where you think you're fit enough, you're fast enough or strong enough or ready to go and take your sport further or take your education further. Sports coaching is a huge element at Manchester College, and it's a very, very popular route for the vast majority of our students. We're very lucky to have some elite level professional sports coaches working within the department that have got real, key experience and hands-on knowledge in terms of what makes a successful sports coach at the elite level, and how to teach you some of those coaching skills that are needed to help progress your skills further. And coaching is really a lot about personality and how well you link with individuals, how well you can pick out what they need and help somebody create a path to their success. We have exercise, health and lifestyle, which really again focuses back to people who might want to work in the fitness industry, perhaps as a personal trainer or a fitness instructor. And this again looks at different lifestyle factors that might be affecting our health negatively and positively. And it helps us look at certain individuals and start to create a bit of an analysis about why somebody might be healthy or unhealthy and what we can do through exercise and through lifestyle to help them manage or improve aspects of their life. Next one we have is instructing exercise. Now, this links directly to somebody who wishes to have a career as a personal trainer or fitness instructor, which again is an ever-growing industry. And this focuses on looking at clients, determining the needs of a client, planning suitable exercise programs, and you're assessed practically. It's an observational based unit where your competence in the delivery of exercise and the demonstration of exercise techniques is assessed. We do preparing for a career, so we'll actually show you, well, how do you apply for a job? What jobs are available to you? What salaries are available for jobs when you start to apply? What qualifications do you need? And finally, athletes' lifestyle. I mean, there are many more other units than this, but this is just a bit of a snapshot of some that run generically through a variety of our programs. And feel free to ask any questions about these as we move on. I'll get to the questions section later. So I've got a bit of a video for you now. We've got 3 different videos inserted this evening. They've been put together by the marketing department that show you a little bit of the physical environment of the sports department, some students in the background, and is presented to you by one of the sports tutors here at Manchester College.
Hi, I'm Stuart, a sports tutor at Nichols campus. Just going to give you a quick tour around our sport facilities here at the Manchester College. This is our 3G pitch at Nichols here. It's for curriculum usage, but also for our sport academies. Our football academy plays here on their match days. They also train here. We're super excited that start of next academic year, we're going to be at the Openshaw campus with brand new facility, 4G AstroTurf. So really looking forward to that. But here is for curriculum usage and also for the football sporting academies. We're now in the Nichols gym. This can be accessed by any sports student on one of our sport courses. We utilise this gym for units such as fitness training and programming or fitness testing. If you are part of our academy, football academy, basketball or American scholarship program, you will use this gym for your strength and conditioning. We have got a new facility coming at Openshaw where we've got a strength and conditioning gym that you can access as a student also. So now we're in the sports hall at the Nichols campus. This is used for our curriculum use. So if you're doing a unit such as sports coaching, It's also used for break times and lunch times if you want to come in, and there's badminton courts that you can use just for extracurricular activities. We are having a new sports hall built at Openshaw, so we're looking forward to that, where we've got 6 indoor badminton courts for the usage of our sports department. So that was a quick tour of our sports facilities here at Nichols campus at the Manchester College. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Okay, so that was a fairly quick video there. For those of you that have probably visited the college before or may have some insight into the college, that was one of our lead tutors in sport there, Stuart Nixon, who's really heavily involved in the coaching aspect and the leading of the football academies. And you'll have seen him out on the AstroTurf there with some footballers doing some drills in the background. He obviously mentioned briefly the move to the new campus next year, and that's something we're all quite excited about that hopefully I'll touch on in some of our next slides. So I've got another video for you here.
Hi, I'm Stuart, a sports student.
Sorry, next slide, my apologies. Okay, so the new campus that we're looking at, so it'll be based at Openshaw. So again, all the new entrants for students based in September 21 onwards will be at our Openshaw campus. So if you're not sure of the location, if you do know where our Nichols campus is, Openshaw is about 1.5 miles away from Nichols, so not too far at all in terms of transport. But do be thinking now, if you are considering us as a college, do start planning now. Well, what are your transport routes? How far away do you live? How accessible is the campus for you? So some of the things that we're hoping to expect, or we are expecting come next year. We've got our floodlit 3G AstroTurf, which is depicted in the image in front of you, an outdoor mugger area as well. We're going to have a double-sized professional sports hall with viewing gallery. So when we have our games, our basketball games, badminton games, inter-college activities, leagues are played, there'll be viewing galleries so people can actually come and watch some of these events take place. And in addition, it's going to be a place where students can sit and observe and take part in sports analysis, which is another key aspect of our curriculum. We're looking to get a strength and conditioning suite as well that will be positioned with 6 to 7 Olympic lifting racks. So in there, you'll be able to learn some basic techniques around Olympic lifting, power, speed and acceleration drills as well. We've got a gym and fitness centre, and this is where, as a sports student at level 1, 2 and 3, you'll probably spend quite a lot of your time. You'll be in there, you'll have a basic induction to get you used to using the facility. You'll have access to the facility to train and develop your own fitness and your own skills. And you'll be in there for lessons as well, learning how to instruct exercise safely, how to plan exercise routines, and how to coordinate fitness activities for people with a range of abilities. We're also going to have an exercise physiology lab. We have access to a physiology lab at the moment, but this is going to really step up for us. And we're going to be able to do a variety of different physiological tests, from blood lactate testing through to VO2 max testing, and really move into the element of the sports sciences. So if you're sat there tonight and you're thinking that sports science is something that's really appealing to you, then these are the kind of facilities that I hope would make a difference to you and really kind of swing your choice in terms of where you wish to study in the future. We obviously have new teaching classrooms and facilities there as well, kitted out with PCs, interactive whiteboards, and all the usual sort of high-tech learning facilities that you'd expect, you know, from a college moving into 2021. Now, the deal. This is quite important. This is a deal between you and me, or at least my collective as the department and teachers working in the Manchester College. And really, it's what we expect in terms of expectations from learners and what you should be able to expect from us. And we take this quite seriously. You'll see this poster representing the deal a lot as you move around college. And it's the standards that we hold you to, and we expect you to hold us to as you move through your academic journey at the Manchester College. And they're very basic things, but they're the things that we need to get right in order to develop your learning and create the best, most motivational, supportive environment we can for you. So being respectful is clearly important. We want you to be inclusive and kind and show appreciation and be honest. We want you to support the people that are working in the group and peers in your class. We want you to share ideas and show understanding and be able to work collaboratively with peers, partners, teachers and other groups. We're really keen for you to be proactive. We've moved this year onto a blended learning model as a result of the ongoing crisis right now. And this has seen a huge leap forward in students becoming very proactive in their own learning, monitoring their own assessments, setting themselves targets, and really keeping a track on their own learning and what they need to do. And it really is important as you move away from school and into further education, onto higher education, your ability to be proactive and solve problems and get involved and not just rely on your teacher to do it or fix it for you is a really, really key part of your learning. We obviously want you to be committed. So you must finish what you start, you must try hard, and obviously hitting deadlines is very, very important. You're supported in the classroom and there's teachers there to ask questions of and to support you throughout all of your academic journey. But it's still important that you're committed and you hit your deadlines. It's a busy curriculum, whether you're studying at level 1, level 2, level 3, and there's a lot of work to be done. So we expect you to hit your deadlines and be committed to everything in relation to the college environment. And be responsible, take ownership of your own activities, have a really good attitude and lead by example. And be determined, aim high. We want you to achieve your goals. I'm a firm believer that nobody applies to a course to fail. Nobody enrolls on a programme because they don't want to do well. And I really firmly believe that if you enrol on a course, you want to do well. And we at the Manchester College want you to be successful and do well also. And finally, some basic health and safety requirements. We need you to wear your badge at all times. As we move into environments and college surroundings that we want to be safe and secure, we need you to show that you are actually part of the college, and you can do that very easily by wearing your ID badge at all times. Okay, your programme of study. So this talks about what you're actually going to do when you're here with us at college, because you may have come to study sport with us, but what we offer is a study programme, and it's a little bit more than just coming to study sport. And you'll find this at a variety of learning providers that you go to, whether it's staying on in your own sixth form or whether it's a different college that you go to. A study programme really does encompass a wide variety of activities that you need to be involved in. And you'll see here as we look around this wheel, we have your core qualification at the top, which could be your level 1, your level 2 or your level 3 in sport. And then also, as I mentioned before, if you are sitting in English or Maths resit, then that's a key component of your study programme. We have enrichment sessions as well. And enrichment sessions focus mainly around some of our sports academies and our basketball and football teams, but also incorporate free fitness activities and sessions that are run in our sports hall and in our gym facilities as well for you to get involved in. And employability, this is really, really, really key. After all, you all come to college because you want to get a job. This is a stepping stone to further education, further training, but ultimately employment. And employability is an aspect of your course that will be delivered by not just your course tutor, but picked up by a personal tutor as well, that will help you develop the skills you need to become employable. And finally, support. And this is where I think the Manchester College really sets itself apart from many other institutions around Greater Manchester. Having worked at other colleges around Greater Manchester, the support system at the Manchester College is second to none. We have a huge variety of student experience staff who are available anytime from the start of the day to the end of the day to help you with additional problems or issues that might be going on that are outside of the classroom. And we have student mentors, and we're very lucky in the sports department to have probably the best student mentor that the college has. And he's there to help and support you in areas. If you need extra support outside of class, you need somebody to talk to. If you've got a problem handing work in, there's people there that you can talk to that aren't just your classroom teacher. Your classroom teachers are obviously quite busy. They're still accessible, but there are other people around on site that you can talk to and you can speak to and you can get guidance from. And I think this is one of the areas that the Manchester College really just set itself apart. Okay, I've got another short video for you here as well, I think led by Stuart again. So if we watch through this video and we'll go on to some of the next slides afterwards.
Hi, my name's Terry and I studied at Cheadle Hulme School and I'm currently studying here at the Manchester College. I'm studying a level 3 BTEC diploma in sport and exercise science. I chose this course because initially I was studying quite a few A-levels and it wasn't really the course that I wanted. Well, I started out with maths, English language, philosophy, ethics and an EPQ, which as you can imagine sounds quite a lot. but it wasn't quite what I wanted. I wanted something more practical, and they didn't really have that on offer. I chose to study here because I was looking around and it was just more suitable for me, location, course type, I mean like coursework, you know, more practical than theory as well. And it also encased biology as well within the sports sector, which is quite good because then you've got more transferable skills. I've enjoyed probably the practical side of things. Like I say, I've always had the background of sport, but I've never been able to take it on as a academic subject, I guess. And in the future, I'm looking forward to being a sport and exercise physiologist, and that will encase obviously psychology as well as the anatomy, so I'm looking forward to that. Studying blended learning and face-to-face has been quite nerve-wracking actually, because some people on the course started by meeting their tutors online, whereas I was just thrown in the deep end, and I came in to my class one day and I'd never had to do an online session before, so I didn't really know what that would, you know, entail, whether you'd have to sit there face to face, you know, or whether it was just your microphones, or whether you could just put your hand up. But you know, it's a bit different because I'm used to, like I say, the more practical side of things, so I learn more visually. So when it was online, I thought I'd be restricted, but not at all really. My tutors have supported me great. They've been amazing, you know, just to throw me straight into the deep end. It wasn't like that at all. That's what I thought it would be like, you know. And no, like I said, they've been amazing. After this course, I'd like to be a sport and exercise physiologist, so I'd like to hopefully go to university. I'm not sure where that'll be at the moment, but like I say, I've got my mindset on this at the moment. In terms of my career, I'd just like to be inspirational, so I'd like to help a younger audience, because I'd never want anyone to feel the way I did, where they were quite restricted to academia, because as this college has shown me, there's a lot more on offer than you realise. Whether that's BTEC or A-level or somewhere in between, you know, there's different levels of qualifications which I never even knew existed until I was introduced here. So I would recommend the Manchester College to someone leaving school, because as I said, it doesn't matter what age you start, they've always got something on offer, but to come straight from school, it sets you up to go straight to university or wherever you want to go. You're more likely to end up in a job rather than doing what I did and technically taking a couple of years out. Even though obviously I was still in education, it feels like I've wasted a couple of years in some senses. So I'd definitely recommend it, because like I say, there's way more on offer here. So.
Okay, so you've just heard Terry speak then. She's one of our students. If you hadn't guessed from what she was describing, she's studying our sport and exercise science programme. So that's our level 3 programme with the five grade 4 to 9s required, with maths or English as a requirement as well. And you heard her mention wishing to go on to university and further study. And that's usually a key route for a lot of our students on the sports science programme. And she obviously mentioned she was quite interested in biology and physiology there, and wishes to go on and work as an exercise physiologist in the future. So that's just a snippet of a career that students can go into in the future, which is quite interesting. So your next step. So coming to the Manchester College, when you arrive here at the college, it's so much more than just getting us getting you a qualification, or us helping you get a qualification. You've come here as a stepping stone to something else. Of course, we want you to enjoy your time here and study and learn and appreciate the environment. But you've all come here, I presume, with long-term goals. And that might be further study in terms of university. It might be employment. You might look to do some of our coaching qualifications, become employable and move on into the coaching sector and progress your career that way. You may wish that it's time for an apprenticeship and you want to start working and studying and getting paid at the same time. It could be there's another college course on offer for you. Especially as our students who come at level 1, we really encourage progression. We'd really look for our level 1 students and level 2 students. When they enroll and they start studying, we'd want them to be thinking about what's available at the next level. What can I do at level 2 or level 3 if that's a route for me? Or there can be other routes. Students always surprise me. So every year I'm often surprised at a route or an avenue that students wish to take. And whatever that is, we have a very well-versed careers department who can talk to you about options, whether it might be that you want to take a year out and go travelling, maybe that you want to explore something entirely different and you just need advice and guidance on what some of those routes might be. We have those staff, specialist staff available to point you in that direction as well. Okay, bit of a recap here in terms of support. So your tutor, if you're studying sport and exercise science, that would be myself and Hayley, or a variety of other teachers that work in the department. So your tutor is going to be your first point of call, because they're the person you see every day. They're the ones you see in class and can ask questions to really easily. We have a youth support team. They're often your second point of call for any other personal or academic problems, or student support structures that might be suitable or that needed for you. We have our library department, and this is well versed in terms of helping you with referencing, academic writing, research techniques, and ILT support. Our libraries are open for you to drop in and out in between lessons and maybe get some additional support from somebody who perhaps can point you in the right direction of the right research topics or the right books or the right journal articles for you to be looking at. Advice and guidance. This is provided by our careers guidance team that I just mentioned in the last slide, and their role's quite broad as well. So not only can talk to you about career guidance and maybe university applications, but also financial support and progression advice. We at the Manchester College understand that the students coming to us come from a range of backgrounds and can, arrive with a range of issues that they need help supporting. It might be that you're living independently, or it might be that you're in need of bursary support, or just general advice and guidance on how to manage money. Our additional learning support team, these staff are well versed with students with learning difficulties. We're very lucky in the sports department that the learning support staff we have come from a sport background. So that means that not only are they interested in sport and they have higher education learning in that area, but they're also specialists in students with learning difficulties, but more applicable to those in the sports environment, so that they can mix and blend practical activities with the classroom and theory and kind of pin all those things together. And the learning support staff, they're available on a need-for-need basis. So as you come to us, we can do assessments with you. You may have had support at school, and that's something you wish to carry on with as you progress into further education. Or you may feel that at school your needs were never actually addressed and that you wish to talk to us about possible support and how we can help with any learning difficulties or emerging difficulties that you have within the classroom. And the support is set up in a variety of different ways. Sometimes staff are sat in class with you, supporting you. Other times there are drop-in sessions so that you can go and meet staff individually and privately in a one-to-one scenario and ask questions and get support with writing, with assignments, with homework, or anything that you think is really going to help your needs. And obviously we have help with spiritual matters as well. Prayer rooms and areas that you can go to practice your own spirituality or your own religious practices. Okay, another video here.
Hello, my name is Ambakili Bell, Work Placement Officer for Sport and Public Service over at Nichols campus. Work experience opportunities range from Duke of Edinburgh to trips to the Royal Air Force over at Cosford. It is here where students get the opportunity to experience what life is like in the RAF. Other opportunities stem from NCS to general public service out in the community doing outreach programs. My industry background stems from working for the Manchester City Council for 7 years under the Sport and Leisure Department. I then moved on to work for Macmillan Cancer Trust for 4 years doing cancer rehab in hospitals in and around Manchester area. In regards to student achievement and what I've been proud of over the years are the students that embrace work placement and put maximum effort into their work experience opportunities. This gives them a working relationship with their employer and something that they can go back to after they finish their studies.
Now Ambo there, if you probably picked up, Ambo's quite a well-known sports basketball coach around the Manchester area. So if any of you are thinking of applying to the Manchester College because basketball is your sport and you wish to get involved in the basketball academy, you may have heard of Ambo before, or you may be aware of him, or may have seen him around. But if you wish to know more about the basketball opportunities, drop some questions in the chat box or contact Hayley directly and we'll see if we can put you in touch with him as well. So some of the opportunities here at the Manchester College. So employability, I talked about this earlier, and employability is a really keen part of the programme. And what we look to do throughout your 1 year or 2 year or maybe 3 years with us is to give you meaningful work placement and work experience. Now, one of Ambo's roles is actually to set up work experience, and he's had links with all sorts of providers from British Cycling to GB Taekwondo, basketball, sports coaching opportunities, sports therapy, exercise and fitness, leisure. We've even had some students go on to get some physiotherapy roles in the past and actually go on to work in sports events management as well as part of our employability options. And these are really, really good opportunities. They're the things that when you look to apply to an employer for a role, that if you've got experience, albeit just for 2 or 3 weeks, it's really, really important and shows that you've been involved in that sport and you know how it works, and they'll really give you an edge, a competitive edge when you're applying for roles. Our higher education provision here at Manchester College is partnered with MMU, and that's our USEN branch. So if any of you are looking through the Manchester College website, you may see some links to higher education and some of our foundation and bachelor degrees there as well. That's probably more something we talk to you about once you're studying here, because at the moment you're really looking at progression from year 11 into, you know, a lower sixth form or, you know, first year at college. We've offered Duke of Edinburgh Award in the past, and that's usually on a not necessarily a first come first serve, but on a how many people are interested basis. And people are interested in Duke of Edinburgh, we have access to creating those opportunities as well. Our sports academy leagues vary from football, which is our most popular provision. Nichols campus is really well known for its football provision. We find a lot of learners are attracted here because of the standard of football, the standard of coaching, and the opportunities that are available surrounding that part of our curriculum. Our basketball is a new and emerging aspect for our curriculum as well, and headed up by an ex-professional basketballer, Ambo, who you saw in the previous slides, who's really taking that team at the moment from strength to strength and is looking to build that team and build that aspect of our curriculum until it's a fully fledged, full independently running academy as well. And American football, this is growing. I'll have to admit I know very little about American football, but I know it's a very big and growing sport in the UK, and especially around Greater Manchester. So if that's something you're interested in, approach us as well and we'll talk to you about opportunities that are there. We provide support on health and nutrition and advice for elite athletes, and this is in the form of a variety of areas, from training techniques to training plans to nutrition. And really when we get to some of the players who are very, very elite in terms of their sport, we can help try and make the right connections for you and put you in touch with the right people to get you onto the next part of your journey. We do a lot of progression into higher education events. That's something that seems to run quite predominantly on the sports science programme. We arrange visits to universities to show you what's on offer in terms of higher education and what courses might be available to you. And you'd be surprised, every year that we do these, students who go on these visits always seem to find a course that they'd never heard of before, or an interest that they weren't aware of. And that can be all sorts of things, from biomechanics to strength and conditioning, physiology, sports journalism, psychology, or sports business, or even PE teaching. It can be a whole range of things that you can study in higher education that are sport related. We provide you access to fitness and training facilities on site, and as you move into our new 2021 campus, the facilities that you'll have access to will be second to none. I would imagine there aren't any colleges in the Northwest that will be able to rival this type of provision in terms of the facilities that we offer. So if that's something that makes a difference to you, and environment's important. Environment's something we talk a lot about in psychology. Being in the right environment is motivating. Having new equipment, having clean, decent surroundings with access to good facilities and top of the range equipment is motivating, and it should provide you with the environment and the surroundings to help you be successful. And finally, we have tutoring from industry professionals with real vocational experience. You'd seen 2 tutors there tonight on the video. You'd seen Stuart and you'd seen Ambo, who've both come from professional backgrounds in the sporting industry, football and basketball respectively, and have worked with elite level and Premier League clubs in respect to sport. So you're really getting access to tutors who've been in that world, know what it takes to become successful, and are operating at a very, very high level within their own sport. Okay, so how to apply? This hopefully is the simple part. So you can visit our website at tmc.ac.uk, search the course that you're interested in and select apply now. And then a message will be sent to us at the college and we'll know that you've applied. We can then invite you in and talk to you further, and you might be invited along to another one of our open evenings or taster days. And hopefully once you do this, and I would advise strongly if after this presentation tonight you're really thinking about a course at the Manchester College, to stay on the computer or stay on the tablet or whichever device you're watching tonight, log on and apply for the course. I know we're only in October now, but as mums and dads will know, if you're sat there listening, the academic year flies by so quick. And it really does put you at ease if you know that you've applied for a course and you've been given a provisional offer. You can relax a little bit then and focus on your GCSEs and your studies for the rest of the year, and be safe in the knowledge that you've got a place to go to come September. And finally, without me waffling on too much, we've got our any questions section. So I'll open up the floor to our marketing team, who might be able to direct any questions to myself or to Hayley, and we'll see if we can answer anything that's propped up or cropped up throughout this presentation tonight.
Yep, thanks for that, Chris. That was very insightful. That was brilliant. So yeah, we've also got Hayley Francis here with us, as Chris mentioned just now, and Hayley's our head of sport. So we've got quite a few questions come in, so I'll just dive right in, I guess. First one, what's the enrichment offer like at the college?
Okay, Hayley, is that one you want to answer, or would you like me to?
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Chris.
Okay.
Okay, our enrichment offer at the college is quite diverse and it's ever expanding. So at the moment we have 3 academy offers, which is football, basketball and American football, and we work closely with the AOC sport, and what that means is we enter into Northwest Leagues where we will compete against other colleges, and that's in category 1, category 2 and category 3 teams. And what that means is it's based on ability, so our category 1 are our first team essentially, and then our second and third team. We are hoping to expand to other sports in the future, but it does happen on a needs by needs basis. And what I mean by that is, if there's the need for the student from the students to participate in additional sports, we will offer that. And we are very ambitious to try and branch out into female academies as well. We have historically had female football academies. However, due to a lack of female footballers in our recent recruitment, we haven't currently got one. However, as I said, we are very much open to offering as much different offers as we can in terms of academy provision. If you're not interested in academy provision and you're not thinking of competing at any kind of elite level, then we do have participation opportunities as well. Chris mentioned earlier about students being able to participate in sessions in the gym during lunch times. We have things like badminton and table tennis competitions going on, and we do have an extensive volunteer programme that Ambo, who you saw earlier, our work placement officer, does have a lot of involvement in, and it's more about giving back to the community and getting involved in lots of activities that way.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Hayley. I will say we've had a whole host of questions, so we may not be able to get through them all this evening. But if you do have any further questions or your question is unanswered, please do get in touch with Hayley, whose email is in the Q&A box. You should see it there. We'll just go through a couple more. So we've had a couple of questions about scholarships. One, is there a basketball scholarship? And another one, is there an athletics scholarship? So I'm not sure who'd like to field that one.
Well, there definitely is a basketball scholarship that is running. In terms of athletics scholarship.
Hi, I'll just carry on in replace of Chris. So yeah, we do have a basketball scholarship, and we've got students recruited to it this year. So we currently have, just to clarify, a scholarship programme, which is a full-time study programme, and you'll participate as a student athlete as well. And that is football, American football and basketball. We don't currently have an athletics one. However, as I said about the academy provision, we are kind of developing these based on need. So what I mean by that is, if students come to us and we have enough students for a programme, we will absolutely look into running it. Hence why our most recent scholarship programme, the American football, is now up and running, because over time, over the last 2 academic years, we've got the need for that programme. So yeah, definitely, if we get the need for different academy programmes, we will offer them. What I would say is, if you are a track and field athlete, let's say, and you are looking at studying with us, but we don't have a specific academy, that doesn't mean that you can't still practice in that sport quite extensively with us. Your timetable is very flexible. It allows you to, if you're, for example, an athlete for a club, you can still continue to participate in activity while studying with us full time. And we have got a range, a wide range of tutors with a lot of specialism in a variety of different sports. So I wouldn't let that put you off as such. But yeah, we do have a football, American football and basketball academy.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Hayley. It looks like Chris's laptop run out of charge there, so I think he may have.
No
we'll see if he joins. But yeah, that might be the end of Chris. So I'll just ask you a couple more. Are there opportunities for learning support?
Yes, absolutely. So opportunities for learning support is available to every student. Depending on your needs, depends on how much support's available. For example, if you come to us with an education care health plan, which means that you have, let's say, a diagnosed learning difficulty where you've had full-time support in school, that automatically will transfer when you come and study with us as well. If you've, let's say you don't have a learning need, but you do feel like you require more support, we've got an extensive offer. That can include mentors, as Chris mentioned earlier, which we've got a full-time mentor in our department. We have drop-in sessions with tutors where you can come and catch up on any work that you've missed or you just need extra time on. And we also have learning support practitioners that can help you with more of the finer details, such as academic writing, note-taking, organising your work, etc.
Fantastic, brilliant. Okay. I think what we'll do, we'll end it there for now. But like I say, if you do have any questions or your question has been unanswered in the Q&A box here, please do get in touch with Hayley, who would be more than happy to help. So yeah, I think that brings it to an end. So thanks everyone for coming along to our sports session. We do have quite a lot more TMC live events happening until Thursday. So if you just visit our website, which is tmc.ac.uk/TMC live, you can register for any and all sessions you'd like to join. If you'd like to go ahead and apply to the Manchester College for 2021, please go to our website, which is tmc.ac.uk. And we also have our schools liaison team waiting to take your call now if you need to speak to someone about applying or would like any more information. And you can call them on 0161 674 3496. And if you'd like to enrol for this year, you still can do so. And we've got a team available again to speak to you this evening. And you can get them on 0161 674 1080. And I should mention, for learners with special educational needs and disabilities, we do have a transition team, and what they do is make the move from school to college a positive experience for you. So you can contact them by emailing transitionteam@tmc.ac.uk. And all this information is in the chat box as well, alongside Hayley's email address. So yeah, I think that brings it to an end. So we do hope you have a lovely evening, and thanks for joining us. Chris is back now, so if you'd like to say hi, Chris. Hi, Chris.
My apologies. Unfortunately, my battery died. This is the well, this is live TV, I suppose. This is what happens. Problems occur. Many apologies anyway, but thank you for your attendance tonight. I wish I could have met you all face to face, but we are accessible here at the Manchester College, so please do feel free to get in touch if there are any further questions that we can ask. And hopefully see you soon. I look forward to you enrolling in September.
Brilliant. All right, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.